Lane, how are you?
Good to see you.
It's always good to see you as well.
Yep, nice to have you back in the studio. How are things at Frogtown?
Well, spring is hit, right? So
roofing season is here.
We're leaping around. No pun intended, or maybe a little bit.
Maybe a little bit. So I noticed you have a sign down in Bowling Green. So do you have an office down there?
We sure do. Yep, we did a satellite office last year, right? So we have
Okay.
an office there that we can meet with clients. They want to meet us. Rarely do we meet in the office. We usually go to their home, but we do have an access office there that we can use for the sales and that kind of thing as well.
So I have a lot of roofers that are members, and I like to support all of them. But I do have to say, I think your marketing collateral, your icon, your logo is the most. It jumps out. No pun intended, or maybe a little pun intended.
We love the puns.
It jumps out. It's easy to spot. Like
Right.
It's recognizable. And I don't know who did that. I think I might have asked before and forgot the answer, but I love it. I love that recognizable icon.
Well, we appreciate that, right? So when we started thinking about our company 16 years ago and what we were going to name it, right? That's a big deal. What are you
It
going
is
to
a
do,
big
right?
deal.
And we just wanted to kind of pay tribute to our ancestors that have been here for generations. I grew up here, went to St. Francis, graduated from Heidelberg out of Tiffin. So a lot of history for us here, and we wanted to kind of just say, you know what, we're from Toledo, and this is a Toledo-based company, and we care, right? And so Frogtown,
It's iconic.
it's iconic. Most
It
people
is.
don't know what it is, right?
It
So
doesn't
most
matter.
people,
It doesn't matter
Yeah.
because they'll associate it with you, even
Yeah.
if they don't understand why it's Frogtown.
yeah. Well, the Toledo was a swamp at one point, right? And the frogs outnumbered the people at one point, so it was nicknamed Frogtown.
So I think we might have talked about this before at one time, but Natalie doesn't know. 'Cause
Yeah.
She's not originally from the United States or Toledo.
Okay.
But Natalie, Toledo was once at the beginning of the 20th century, was the frog leg eating capital of the world. You don't make that face. Don't make that face. More frog legs were cooked and consumed in the Toledo area, the Maumee River Basin, than anywhere in the world, and that's why Toledo was called Frogtown. It's not particularly glamorous.
No, not glamorous.
And then
but
they ate enough frogs that there weren't enough frogs to eat that at that rate.
They
So
eliminated
yeah,
it
they
at that point.
eliminated them.
But so then we definitely said, hey, listen, let's name it Frogtown Roofing, and then we utilize our frog, right? So who doesn't love frogs? We have Rufus.
They're
He's
super
awesome.
cute.
And so our bright green trucks are running around town and here to service all our customers. So.
Well, I teach down in Bowling Green. I teach a class, and I go by, and
Oh,
I go,
nice.
that's I didn't know you guys had an office down there.
Yeah,
So that's very cool.
Yeah, exactly. So, yep.
See, I see you brought your torch award.
I
Do
did.
you
I'm
carry
pretty
that-
proud of that.
Do you carry it in your pocket all the time?
It's a little heavy. You have to get bigger pockets,
Yeah.
but you know what? We're very proud of this,
Yeah.
right? You surprised us with, we knew we were nominated, and
Yeah.
we knew we were kind of in the finalists, but you surprised us at our office.
That
and
was a fun day.
That was a very fun day for us, and I look at that video often, and the genuine surprise of all of us were just like,
Oh yeah,
what?
I
Are
was
you
so
kidding
proud
me?
of that because JP's pretty dialed in. You're
Yeah.
pretty intense, the staff told me, but you're dialed in on everything going on in the business. You're not a hands-off owner. So to fool you and surprise you, I was proud of that.
You got us.
Yeah.
You got us for sure. And what's important to us, we know that the Torch Award is so important for our business to show that what we stand for and the integrity that we have. But we find a lot of times that our customers don't know exactly what the Torch Award means or what it is.
It's not as promoted as well as it probably should be.
Yeah.
In that respect.
And with your help, I mean, you're the representative, the president of BBB. Can you help educate maybe the customers out there, that the consumers?
So not every BBB does it, but a lot of them do it. The Torch Award was conceived as an award that businesses, you didn't have to be a member of the Better Business Bureau, although most of the winners are, but not always. But the business has to be nominated for its ethics and customer service, right? Commitment to honesty, to commitment to resolving issues when they come up, because no business is perfect.
Correct.
Right? And so those that have a reputation for following through on those commitments, then they get nominated. And anybody can nominate a business, public, employee, business. You might nominate somebody this year. My guess is you won't nominate a roofer, but you might nominate a business this year, and maybe
Right.
they'll participate. And so once you get nominated, then you have to fill out an application package and submit an entry, which is, they're pretty competitive, right?
Mhm.
So some businesses go all out, and the quality of the entry makes a big deal. And then they're judged not by Better Business Bureau staff, but by volunteers from the community. So I get volunteers. Last year, I think the year that you were in it, Julia Bates, Lucas County prosecutor, was one of our judges. But we will have judges from businesses and nonprofits and governmental organizations volunteer to, to judge it. So it's a big deal. It's hard. There's 5,800 businesses in the BBB. There are 35,000 businesses in our 24 counties. So if you win, and you won in your category, and there are only 4 per year, it is a pretty select crowd.
Well, we definitely take honor in that prestigious award. So we, again, thank you for that. But we've strived all year.
I was glad to see you win.
Yeah,
I don't. By the way, I don't know the businesses that are in the running until the very end who
Didn't
won.
know that. Okay.
I have almost no role in that.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
pretty cool.
so-
Thank you for sharing that because I think that helps clarify kind of why we are so excited about it. So thank you.
Anything new coming up in the world of roofing? Are warranties changing? Are products changing? What's going on?
There's always, you wouldn't think roofing as an innovative business.
I do.
But, it's a shingle, right? Well, there's so much behind that, right? Nowadays, the new technology is SBS, which is a rubberized shingle, which really can take like a 2-inch hail storm and bounce right off the roof without making any damage to the
I
roof.
did not know that.
Insurance companies are loving that now, right? Because the cost of replacing a roof for them has been astronomical, and they're making a lot of limitations to their policies as well on
And
that.
we've talked about that on this podcast
Yeah.
with other companies as well.
Yeah.
Insurance companies have really buckled down. It's tough to get your whole roof price covered if it's damaged.
And it is, and so this new SBS, it's the cutting edge of roofing at this point, and on top of many other things from the underlayment and those type of things. So we like to sit down with our customers and really share information with them, right, and talk to them.
Did those shingles look different?
Most of them don't. Actually, you couldn't tell from your eye, right? So a lot of them have the same design look, but it's the way that it's manufactured, the material that it's manufactured. So it's a rubberized. So it will be the thing of the future, just because, like I said, it is something that's going to be a lot more durable and last probably years and years longer than your typical asphalt shingle. So.
So I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So I'm already losing touch as I step away from construction. I'm
Well,
already
always
losing
give me
my
a call,
chops.
Lane. You can always count on me for some technology information.
Are you guys doing anything special for the spring? Are you loading up your schedule for all? How does that work?
So we're very, very busy right now. There's a lot of things going on in the world, right? Number one, in our own country last year, we've had a ton of storms, ton of floods and hurricanes and those type of things. And just now, these jobs are now catching up and they're starting to reconstruct these, right? So now material's starting to get a little bit of a shortage and allocations. So of course that results in price increases. So that's coming up here in the next month, that price increases are gonna have another jump. I mean, they're constantly going up. Over the last 3 or 4 years, they've been at least 3 or 4 increases every year. And then you also have these tariffs, right? And the tariff threats that are going on could potentially increase the raw materials. A lot of our manufacturers are manufacturing here in this country.
Well, most of our
But-
OSB comes from Canada, so that's
Oh,
your
yes.
roof. That's your roof substrate. That's the wood that's under
Yeah.
the roofing system is your OSB board, and that comes mostly from Canada.
Yeah, we call it the roof decking, exactly.
Yeah.
And then a lot of the raw materials come from other countries to make the shingles. So a lot going on there. So we're educating our customers as far as, hey, listen, make a decision today, sooner than later. Get them booked up and get them on the schedule and get them installed before the price increases happen.
Make your roof great again with Frogtown Roofing, right? Are you gonna get a hat?
I just
Instead of a
might.
MAGA
I just
hat,
might.
Make your roof great again.
Mara hat, I don't know. So, but yeah, there's a lot going on right now. Customers are booking up. The weather's starting to get a little nicer out now. We've had a fluctuation in weather, so we've already installed at least 10 or 15 roofs already this year.
So you almost certainly get a roof. Will you do storm repair work?
Oh, sure.
Yeah. So I mean, I will always tell the listeners or whoever's listening to this video, right? If you absolutely can avoid it, do not use an out-of-town roofing company that swoops in to repair your roof damage after a hailstorm or a windstorm. Use your local area companies. Yes, they will be backed up. That's unavoidable. If there's a regional event, a tornado, big winds, a bunch of hail, the local roofers will get backed up. Nevertheless, folks, please use your local company, because not only are you supporting the local economy, but there'll be a company there when you have any problems, if you have any problems later. You don't want a company that swoops in after a storm, we call them storm chasers, says they're gonna put on your roof, slaps it on and blows out of town. That is not what you wanna do. You want a company like Frogtown. I'm shilling for you a little bit
Sure.
here, JP,
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
it's critical, I think.
No, and that's great advice, Lane. I mean, that's, you know, people get overwhelmed with this type of incident that happens to their home, and they get very scared, and they just want it to be repaired, right?
Yeah.
We're here for them. The problem is, like you said, the aftermath when something could go wrong. There's no one to lean back on, right? There's no phone number being answered anymore, so.
Well, if you don't live in the area, then you don't have that internal commitment to do the best job possible, because you don't have to look somebody in the eye later.
That's right. That's
You
right.
just take the money and run, baby.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
I will always promote that.
Yeah, it's very good advice, and I think one of the highest complaints that the BBB gets is from a contractor standpoint. Is that right? I mean, what's the statistics these days?
We do get a lot of we do get a lot of contractor complaints.
Mhm,
Yeah, we get a lot of contractor complaints. Most of them center around they haven't quite finished the job. You know,
Mhm.
contractors are notorious for getting into the red zone, but maybe not getting into the end zone on projects.
Right.
And so that's probably one of the biggest complaints.
Mhm.
Luckily, we still don't. We see them from time to time that somebody took the money and just did nothing. But
Yeah.
those aren't that common. But when it happens to you, it doesn't matter how common it is. For you, it's 100%.
Yeah.
So we hate to see those.
I think I shared with you, my parents were victims of that years and years ago, which was kind of the reasoning and the why behind why I started Frogtown Roofing,
Yeah.
right? And it happens. It doesn't happen as often, but it still happens, like you said. And you know, it's unfortunate for those, but you can count on us because you know we have a lot to back up these days with our torch award. And I tell my team, I'm like, you know, it's great to win this, but now we have to stand by it daily.
You can actually that you use this to put the nails in to hold the shingles
Oh well,
in place,
no,
right?
no,
This
no,
is
no,
a multi-purpose
no,
tool.
no. This is my pride and joy, Lane. No. I am not doing that.
Do you
my
put
friend.
this under your pillow when you sleep at night, JP?
I might have a replica. I might have a replica.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
I think we're probably up to our time. Yeah.